Going on to all my Geminis. So let's get into this. I want to also say too, before I begin, whatever amount of videos that I make, people, please watch them, because it's real exhausting due to the fact that I have to make um 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, for it to hit the algorithm. Because then that's whack. You know what I mean? Because some days I don't necessarily want to make videos, and for me to basically be able to, keep up with the algorithm, keep growing and stuff like this. I'm like I said, I need y'all to watch the videos too. So you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Temperance, the High Priestess, Five of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Star, the Lovers, the Tower, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Swords. Burnout is a real thing. I'm burned out right now. I didn't really want to make all these videos today, but I gotta be able to make all these videos even when I'm sick, due to the fact that if I don't make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, 10 videos or whatever, to be able to continue to grow. So, but my videos are like what, 20 minutes each. That burns me out too. So please watch them. Don't just when I drop 2 videos, now all of a sudden people don't want to watch. That's very disheartening. Please. So the Ace of Cups, the Temperance, and the High Priestess represents this being a situation for you Geminis, where this is about how a lot of you Geminis need to understand that what you've got going on so far, right? You have the Temperance, which is Sagittarius, which is the exact opposite of Gemini. So maybe you do have a Sagittarius coming in, maybe not. Either way, this represents someone who they've been paying. How do I say this? They've they more than likely they've seen you around. They've been wanting to talk to you for a long time. If not, and more than likely it does represent a person that's been kind of seeing you around and wanting to talk to you for a long time. This represents the High Priestess, represents maybe you've been seeing them for a long time around and you've been trying to talk to them. Now because this is cool because this means that the two of you actually have some form of a connection. The Five of Wands represents you may not necessarily know how to actually begin talking to them. Now that's where the catch-22 is. If you're going to be in a relationship with them, you got to know how to approach the situation. Maybe these people, the Temperance, maybe these people are introverted, right? And they like to live inside of their head. And you may, like I said, you may have to do the approaching. Maybe they may want to do the approaching, but Five of Wands, they may not necessarily know how. So this is where you Geminis actually, this is your forte. You know what I mean? This is your wheelhouse. This is what Gemini represents. Gemini represents that ability to smooth things out socially, because Gemini is the oh so cool, sly and fly social butterfly, right? So the Three of Cups, you begin to talk to them. You begin to say like, hey, what's going on with you? I just saw, based off of something that the two of you had in common, you know? So be at the library. You could be saying, hey, that's a nice book. Walk up to them. Hey, I read that book before. That book is amazing. Could be outside. Just give them, a compliment on something. Their sneakers, their hairdo. I don't know. Something like this, and be like, oh, but you Geminis basically get a chance to actually go up to them and talk to them, and that's like I said before. That's the department that everybody kind of needs to be like Gemini in, right? The idea that, like I said, that ability to actually, you know, smooth things out, the approach to getting to know somebody needs to be a little bit more smooth, you know. And Gemini is the aficionado for that. If you want to learn, okay, well, how to approach, you want to go to a Gemini. Why? Because a Gemini is a social butterfly. So the Gemini will have you really get a chance to talk to somebody without coming off, uh, crassly. How it is that I suggest you Geminis really approach the situation is honestly by just walking up to them and saying, "Excuse me." You know what I mean? Uh, for anybody who isn't a Gemini, for anyone who is a Gemini who may not know how to approach, what I suggest is for you to just walk up to the person and say, "Excuse me." You know what I mean? If the person acts like they don't hear you, then that's exactly what it is. It's an act. They're playing like they don't hear you, right? For whatever reason, But then if that's the case, then you really shouldn't want to hang out with them anyway. Because I've been in those types of situations myself, where I've tried to speak to somebody over the summer and I was like, "Hey, excuse me," and they wanted me to come over all the way over to talk to them because they had all this self-worth and all that type of stuff. But the star card represents um the star card, right? And the lovers represents they hope that you came over to them and said something. They wanted you to come over them. Whoever broke the ice. Okay, so the two of y'all have been peeping each other for a little bit of time. And whoever came over and broke the ice, whether it was you Geminis, whether it was them, y'all are glad to be talking to each other. Y'all essentially y'all hit it off. Chemistry. Y'all end up y'all end you know y'all y'all know how y'all ended up, you know what I mean? And so now the Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords represent, Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords is this person could have ended up leaving or something like this. I don't seem to understand why y'all would have had the Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords. What is up with this? This person disappeared after y'all ended up hanging out. So it was only for one day? Wow. Wow. I thought this was a love connection. Wow. Okay. I mean, I have to report because the tower represents that inclination, if you catch my drift. It represents hitting that high point, if you know what I mean. And the star represents hope. So it represents the two of y'all wanted to talk to each other for a little bit of time, but the other person just didn't necessarily know how to break the ice. Whoever is approaching, you know what I mean? Then the lovers is, I ain't got to explain that one. The Seven of Wands and the Three of Swords. Now all of a sudden this person gone. And either you Geminis or them woke up without you, or you woke up without them. And now it's like, well, what exactly is going on here? Why is this stuff happening? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's wild. That's very wild. Let's clarify let's clarify the lovers. Matter of fact, we ain't really got to clarify that. let's clarify the Seven of Wands. Let's clarify these two cards. The Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, right? Got to draw one more. No, because we're clarifying the Seven of Swords. Okay, the Three of Swords, the the Nine of Swords. So again, some sort of heartbreak. The Nine of Swords. Maybe you did wake up by yourself, and you're like, you thought you and this person may have supposed to be together. Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, leaving you lost. And this person, planning on, this person hit you up talking about, let's do this again. But you Geminis may not have necessarily wanted them to just get up and leave and, without even leaving you at least a note or anything like that. But maybe they got around to texting you again. So let's clarify the Three of Swords. Whoa. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Let's clarify that, right? Like, what's up with that? Those types of relationships that are a little bit too fast, right? So to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the High Priestess, which we already have throughout this reading, the Magician, the Seven of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Well, we already have the Six of Cups, which means that you're going to hear from them again, even though they may have disappeared when you woke up. The High Priestess, again, that's okay. So they're coming back. Like I said, they're coming back. But like I said, maybe you Geminis may not have necessarily wanted them to just dip out when they thought that you went to sleep. Because a lot of times too, when people just do that, a lot of times it usually means that those people was just trying to just get what they were trying to get and leave, and it was only for one night. And maybe this person put their number in your phone, and they texted you from that number, letting you know it's their number. We should do this again. Um, after you went to sleep. The Magician, right, now represents, this is about you Geminis and what it is that you want to do. The Seven of Cups may not necessarily be you wanting to hang out with them again, because you may think that if the person didn't have enough decency to stick around, then why is it that, you would want to, you know, be like do this again with them? You know what I mean? The Wheel of Fortune now represents you actually want to find a relationship. You're not just doing this all willy-nilly, but you thought that you and this person actually had some form of connection. Yeah, Gemini, sometimes people just sometimes people want you only for your body. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's how it is. And sometimes people will lie to you, tell you anything that they think that you want to hear just to be able to get it, truth be told. But then again, too, you got the Six of Cups. But, this person, you will hear from this person again. So, I mean, if it was just about smashing and dashing, why exactly did this person, you know, not, you know what I mean? Why exactly is this person hitting you up again? But you may think that, just how things played out where this person had to go, you didn't like that, you know? Um, how I personally think about the situation, to be quite honest with you, Geminis, um, I don't know. To be real with you, I don't know, because I'm gonna be real with you. I've never been in that situation before. I would know. I've never had anybody sleep over. You know what I mean? Usually, I'm very much so awake when they want to leave. So yeah, it really depends on what you want. If you decide that you want to hang out with them again, then that's cool. But if you decide that, you know, the fact that they left the first time, when they could have woken you up and said something, or left you a note. It's up to you. It really depends on what you think of it. Truth be told, let's clarify the star card. Let's clarify the star card. The Four of Cups, the Judgment, the King of Swords, the Page of Cups. Right. So the Four of Cups is you, Gemini's, wanting, like I said, wanting to get to know them long term. The Judgment, not being too preoccupied by how people will think of you. The King of Swords, the Page of Cups, the King of Swords, Page of Cups, you learning how to relax in that scenario, because more than likely it'll be you, Gemini's, walking up to the person saying something to them. And because a lot of people need to honestly learn to become a lot more comfortable with approaching. Like I'm gonna say this. If you're only comfortable with one aspect of it, you need to get some more experience in the other aspect of it. And what mostly people are going to read into, and I'm still holding my ground on this one, I'm still standing my ground, is the idea that what most people are going to think is, so you telling me that I need to approach more? Yeah, everybody needs to learn to approach more, just like everybody needs to learn the other half of it, learning how to receive being approached. Because a lot of times too, truth be told, people who are so used to doing the approaching, a lot of times people don't know how to allow themselves to be approached. And that is a skill too, because there's a lot of times where you can get yourself being approached and you could still fumble the ball even with that too, where someone is choosing up on you, and you want to be, you know what I mean? Like you want this person to choose up on you, but you end up being disrespectful, or just, too difficult to hang out with. Because what I mean by that is, there's times where I tried to walk up to, some of these people or whatever, and I've said something to them, and then it's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Oh, immediately. And it's like, that's really gonna, like, I'm already looking at it like that's gonna squander a lot of what it is that you want. That's really not gonna get you anywhere fast. Really, that's gonna get you nowhere fast. Because if you don't wanna, if you're not into me approaching you, you could just said, hey, no, at least listen to what it is that I have to say. If not, you don't want to listen to what I have to say, you could say, oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming over here. It doesn't even have to be this disrespectful, oh, well, why would I want to hang out with you and all that? What it says is that you do not know how to allow yourself to be chosen. You're not used to that, is what it shows. So this is something that you got to watch out for that. But other than that, just pay attention to what they got going on, Gemini. Be on your P's and Q's. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June next year. Comment on, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.